Good morning, student. Welcome to my class. BA second year, semester third, optional English, partition literature, module third and fourth. In our previous lecture, we also study about communal conflict and violence. Today, we will going to learn about the novel Train to Pakistan by Khushwant Singh. Khushwant uh, Khushwant Singh was an Indian author, novelist, short story writer, lawyer, diplomat, journalist, and politician. He was born in Hadali of Khushab district, Punjab. Now it is a part of Pakistan. In a Sikh family, he was the youngest son of Sir Shobha Singh and Viren Bai. As per his school record, his birth date was February 2nd, 1915, but his grandmother Lakshmi Bai asserted that he was born in August. So later on, Khushwant Singh set the date of his birth as 15th August 1915. His father, Sir Shobha Singh, was prominent builder in Latins, Delhi. His uncle Sardar Ujjwal Singh was previously the government of Punjab and Tamil Nadu. Khushwant Singh's birth name was Khushal Singh, which meant prosperous lion. He was called by his pet name Shali, but at the school he was ridiculed for it by his school friends. So Khushwant Singh changed his name from Khushal Singh to Khushwant Singh. He entered Delhi Modern English School in 1920 and studied there till 1930. There he met his future wife Kawal Malik, who was 1 year junior to him. After his school education, he joined the Government College, Lahore, and then St. Stephen's College, Delhi. Then he entered the King's College, London, and then completed his bar at the Inner Temple. Khushwant Singh started his professional career as a practicing lawyer in 1939. He worked as Lahore High Court for 8 years. When India got her independence, he joined Indian Foreign Service in 1947. He worked as the Information Officer of India in Toronto, Canada. He was a press attaché and public officer of Indian Court Commission for 4 years in London and Ottawa. Then he decided to change his career and became a journalist for All India Radio in 1951. Between 1954 and 1956, he worked in the Department of Mass Communication of UNESCO at Paris. From 1959, he turned to editorial services. He founded and edited Yojana, an Indian government journal from 1951 to 1953. Then he worked for the News Weekly, the Illustrated Weekly of India, and two major Indian newspapers, the National Herald and the Hindustan Times. During his return, the circulations of the Illustrated Weekly of India raised from 65,000 to 4 lakh copies. He left the weekly on 25th July 1978, just a week before his due retirement. After his department, departure, the weekly suffered a huge drop in its readership. In 2016, Khushwant Singh's name was recorded in the Limca Book of Record as a tribute to him. Khushwant Singh also featured in the political shoot as a member of Rajya Sabha, the upper house of the Indian Parliament from 1980 to 1986. His faith in the Indian politics was shaken by the anti-Sikh riots that followed Indira Gandhi assassinations. For his service to the nation, he was awarded the Padma Bhushan in 1974, but he returned it 10 years later in protest against the siege of the Golden Temple at Amritsar by the Indian Army in in Operation Blue Star. Later, he was awarded the Padma Vibhushan in 2007. He was also awarded the Punjab Ratna Award by the government of Punjab and the Honest Man of the Year by Sulabh International, among many others. Then, uh, his Saturday column with Molly's forwards one and all in Hindustan Times was a popular column. His works, Kushwant Singh uh, wrote the many novels, short story collections, then autobiography, essays, and epitaph and short stories. So is a five novels. The popular novels are there. Train to Pakistan in 1956. I Shall Not Hear the Nightingale 1959. Delhi a Novel 1990. The Company of Women 1999. The Sunset Club 2010. His short story collection of short stories, The Mark of Vishnu and Other Stones 1950, The Voice of God and Other Stones 1957, A Bride for the Sahib and Other Stones 1967. Then autobiography. Kushwant Singh's autobiography's name is The Truth, Love and a Little Malice, to, written in 2002. He written a essay Why I Supported the Emergency in 2004. His other books are Maharaja Ranjit Singh, Fall of Sikh, History of Sikh. He wrote he wrote last book at the age of 1905, The Good, the Bad and the Ridiculous. His writing was satirical mode, secularism, sarcasm and humor. Epitaph written by himself. In his epitaph, he also wrote, Here a life one who spread neither man nor God, waste not your tears on him. He was a sword writing nasty things. He regarded as great fan. Thank the Lord, he is dead. This son of gun. So he is a defined himself son of gun. And his short story collection is The Portrait of Lady, The Strain, The Success Mantra, Love Affair in London. Love Affair in London. So here is this novel, The Train to Pakistan. In this classic novel, Kushwant Singh tells about Sikh and Muslims who lived together in a peace for hundreds of years. But the partition of Hindustan into India and Pakistan developed enmity and bitterness among them. After the partition, there were Hindu Muslim riots in which thousands of innocent people were massacred. This novel is based on such an incident. In this novel, Kushwant Singh portrayed a bitter truth of the partition and suffering of the people of all creeds and religions. At the same time, we get a glimpses of various religious practices of both the Sikh and the Muslims and how they lived their peaceful life of brotherhood and mutual cooperation until the partition. The novel is based on the imaginary village Manomazra on the border of India and Pakistan and the happening there after the partition. Manomazra, Manomanjra is well known for its railway station. At first, we learn about the village Manomazra and its villagers. We meet Bhai Mir Singh. He is a fat man and usually wears dirty usually wear dirty underpants. He is the caretaker of the village Gurudwara. Then we meet Hukum Chand, the magistrate, who arrives to Manomazra in his large grey American car. He stays at the rest house and lives a comfortable life. He tried to keep the situation in the village under his control, but as the tension grows tremendously in the village, he is sad and frustrated and prays to God for help. Jugga Singh or Jugga is a Sikh thief. He is an uneducated local badmash who has to report at the police station every week. He is 6 feet 4 inches tall and heavily built. Then next is Iqbal. Iqbal is a foreign educated young man who came to the village as a social reformer. The villagers respect him much and call him Babu Sahib. He stays in a room in the Gurudwara. Imam Baksh is the mullah of the village. He is quite educated and all the people respected him. They call him Chacha. He is the half blind. He has a daughter Nooran who is in love with Jugga. She usually meets him at the night and makes love. She is pregnant and carries Jugga's 2 month old embryo in her womb. Her father has no knowledge of her love. The novel opens with the description of riots in Calcutta. Then we learn about the village money lender Lala Ram Lal and the dacoity on his house. 5 dacoits loots his wealthy and loots his wealth and murder him with a spear. These dacoits are Malli and his companies. The head constable arrests Jugga and Iqbal for the murder of Lala Ramlal and imprisons them. Then he looks for the real culprits, arrests them, but doesn't record their names in the police diary. The magistrate and the police inspector want to involve Jugga and Iqbal in the murder case as well as the communal riot. Then it is decided to evacuate the Muslims from Monomazra and send them to Pakistan. At the first, they are shifted to Chundunnagar, then they are to be deported to Pakistan. Meanwhile, some Hindu and Sikh refugees and truculent young men came to Monomazra. They provoked the Monomazra Sikhs to take a revenge on the Muslims for the massacre of the Hindus and Sikhs. They make a plan for it. The magistrate and the police inspector get informations about it, but they are in no mood to take any action against them. They have a very limited police force. They make a plan and declare Jugga and Iqbal as the murderers of Lala Ramlal. They also spread the rumor that some Muslim militant might have murdered Lala Ramlal. They blame Iqbal as the Muslim. They appoint Mali and Malli and his men to look after the Muslims' villagers, houses, and property. They release Jugga and Iqbal just on the day of the deportations of the Monomazra Muslims. When Jugga and Iqbal learn about the planned attack on the train carrying Muslims to Pakistan, they are upset. They want to do something about it. They know that their lives are at risk. Iqbal prefers to live aloof from it, but Jugga decided to do something. He knows that his Nooran is on the train. When he sees the train without lights moving on, he rushes to the bridge on the river. He climbs up the steel span and begins to cut the rope tied to it. The rope was tied about the rails at such a height so as the cut injure and push the passenger down from the top of the bogie. The man hidden near the track warn him and then shoot at him. Juga slips down but hangs to the rope. He goes on cutting the rope with the kirpan and uh, his teeth. The second shot makes him fall down, but he is successful in cutting the rope as he falls down. The train runs over his body and goes to the Pakistan. Juga's sacrifice of his life saves the lives of thousands of Muslims on the train. In this way, the novel shows how love and religion can cause mankind to do unthinkable things. Juga sacrificed his life for the sake of his love for Nuran and saves the lives of thousands of people. On the other hand, the truculent people are ready to massacre innocent people in the name of religion. They forget that there is a love in every religion, and this love has no creed, no language, no religion. But religious hatred provokes people to go for violent and sinful deeds. So today we also see about the uh, these novels, about that novels authors and these novels summaries on only the nutshells. Okay, so thank you.